והבל היויבים, אוי והבל היויבים, אישו יראת השם, איתי שקר אחר בהבל היויבים, אוי בהבל היויבים, אישו יראת השם, איתי סלם, שקר אחר בהבל היויבים, אוי בהבל היויבים, אישו יראת איתי סלם. וזכני לגדל בונים ובני בונים, חכמים ונבונים, אוי אבי השם יראי אלוקים, אנשי אמת זרע קודש בהשם ביתי, וזכני לגדל בונים ובני בונים, חכמים ונבונים, אוי אבי השם יראי אלוקים, אנשי אמת זרע קודש בהשם ביתי, ומאירים עשוי לו בתורה ובמעשים טובים, ובכל מלאכת עבודת הבורא, ומאירים עשוי לו בתורה ובמעשים טובים, ובכל מלאכת עבודת הבורא, ומאירים עשוי לו בתורה ובמעשים טובים, ובכל מלאכת עבודת הבורא, ומאירים עשוי לו.
This is the day that the Lord has created. Let us rejoice and be glad on it. Samantha, Daniel, Harris and Michelle, Susan, Leslie, Paul, Sonia, honored grandparents Florence and Eric Sargon, and a special mazel tov to Daniel's grandmother Stella Robinson, who was unable to make the journey here to celebrate with us. And lahavdil ben chayim l'chayim, we remember those grandparents who were such a huge part of your upbringing, but are sadly no longer with us here today. Hilda and Jack Rosenberg, Joe and Rose Saffer, and Marie Robinson. However, I'm sure that they're standing right here next to you under the chuppah. Well, the two of you guys finally made it. About 11 years ago, after first meeting at JFS, where by your own admissions you proudly said no more than 5 words to each other throughout the 7 years, we now stand under your chuppah today, here in Yerushalayim Yer HaKodesh. And our sages tell us that one who rejoices with a chatan and kala, it is like they have rebuilt one of the ruins of Jerusalem. The question is, why one of the ruins of Jerusalem? Why not one of the new buildings? Whereas new buildings are nice, It is old foundations which last. And as you build your new home together here in the Holy City, you must remember the solid foundations which you have received from those that came before you, from your parents and your grandparents. Samantha, I have been fortunate enough to really get to know your parents, Michelle and Harris, stalwarts of the Barnet community. They're so loved and respected, and a simcha for them and for you is a simcha clearly for the whole community. And literally dozens of members of Barnet community have flown out to be here at this simcha. But that's not all. Your parents are two of the sweetest natured people that I know. And if there is anyone who exemplifies the mitzvah of Hachnasat Orchim better than them, I would like to meet them. Their table on Shabbat always has guests. Whenever there is someone in shul without a meal, Harris is the first to invite them. And if ever anyone is staying in the area unexpectedly for Simcha, Michelle and Harris are the first ones to arrange to put them up. And no doubt, during the course of Shabbat, Harris will find out some way that they're mishpacha. All this, coupled with the fun-loving nature, makes the Rosenberg house a house that you can build strong foundations on. Daniel, I do not know your parents as well as the Rosenbergs, but I can certainly say that anyone who can raise a young man of your fine standards, of Torah and sincerity and menschlichkeit all wrapped in one, they must be worthy people to have a son like you. I look up to you, not just physically, but in admiration of all your accomplishments, from your service in the Tzahal to your Torah study in Yeshiva HaKotel Hesder program. The two of you are so perfectly suited because you're both individuals with a love for Torah and education. The youth of Whitefield community in Manchester and the youth of our shul in Barnet have been privileged to have you, Samantha, as a role model, someone with such a cheery persona, someone who leads by example with her love for life, for Judaism and Torah. And as you settle into married life here, Daniel, you will continue your Torah studies. And you, Samantha, so typically, with your caring and giving nature, will be working for an organization in fundraising for poor families and terror victims in Israel. Is there a better case of Inve HaGefen v'Inve HaGefen? But why do we speak of vines at a wedding? There are two ideas from the book of Bereshit of how the day works. From Parsha Bereshit, we get the idea that the day starts at night and goes on into the next day. Vayihi Erev, Vayihi Voker. However, in Parsha Noach, we get the idea that the day starts at light and goes on until night. It says, V'yom v'layla lo yishbotu. One might suggest that the difference lies in what idea the Torah is talking about. In Noach, the Torah is talking about material matters, Gashmiel. And there the Torah is telling us that the day starts with light and ends in dark. However, with regard to the creation, the Torah is talking about spiritual matters, starting at night and going on and getting lighter. With regard to matters material, such as physical, man or woman, we start off strong, but in time, we get darker, we begin to fade, and we become weak. With regard to our spirituality, however, we grow, always from darkness to light. And the wine represents the spiritual side of man, because wine is better as it gets older, and so is the spiritual side of man. And that's why on Shabbat we have wine, to show that we're growing spiritually with the week. And the wine is symbolizing a step up from the previous week into the light from the darkness. And at a wedding, we give this bracha to a chatan and kala, that ultimately it is the spiritual side of their relationship that we want to see blossoming. And it is this bracha that we want to give to you here today. Knowing the two of you as I do, I'm certain that the spiritual side of your relationship will continue to blossom. May you always grow together and become a formidable powerhouse of Torah and Masim Tovim, and be a credit to your families and to all of Klal Yisrael. Amen.
Amen.